Now we come to the second part of the pillar of people in your agency, and this is about understanding the people that work for you. There is a big difference between entrepreneurs and employees. Entrepreneurs need employees to help them achieve their business goals, but employees do not need entrepreneurs to have a job. There are plenty of corporate jobs out there to choose from, and instead employees want to work with you, the founder, owner of a small business, because they like variety, they want to see how a business is built, or simply they just want to. So this is important for you to remember, that there are very clear differences between employees and entrepreneurs, and you need them, but they do not need you. What are the differences that we see? So if we look at yourself, the owner, the entrepreneur, you like change. You're really comfortable with taking risks. You don't like too many fixed plans. You don't have a lot of structure, or maybe some areas of your life are like super structured, but the rest is pretty loose. You can make your own career. You're really comfortable with career changes and not having a plan. You have internal motivation. You'll get up 5 a.m., do what needs to be done. It's your business. You're really passionate about it. And you rarely check the time. You can be working well into the hours, late at night, and not notice the time. On the other hand, employees, and we're being generalistic here, bear in mind, but for the most part, they don't like change. They're also risk adverse. So the times you come blazing into the agency with a brand new business idea and you're wondering why they're not jumping up and down, it's because they don't like change and they're risk adverse. They enjoy making and keeping plans. As entrepreneurs, you're really comfortable with just not finishing things, going, oh, that project, okay, it's not working, and not finishing. But employees love to start, do, and then finish a project. They love structure. They like career plans. They want to know if they're going to do this amount of work for 6 months, that there's a title change, or there's a bonus, or there's an increase in wages in a year. What needs to be in their sort of timeline in the future, so that they can actually plan towards it and work towards it. They need a lot of external motivation sometimes. Some people are very good at this, but for the most part, they need the external motivation. And they do keep track of time and that they're putting in at work. You know, when it's 5 or 6 and whenever they're meant to leave, they like to leave. Sometimes they'll work into past the hours, but for the most part, which is a complaint I hear from some agency owners, they say things like, oh, you know, they don't work late like me. It's not their business. It's your business. They'll never, ever, ever care about your business as much as you care about it. And I know there are harsh words, and I hope you're not crying, but that's the reality. So as an agency owner, you've got to really find the perfect balance between transparency and oversharing. So there's a kind of a difference here. As an agency owner, your energy is really, really important. You also need to be aligned with your thoughts, words, and actions. And so it's important to be open with your team. Transparency with your team about your numbers and what you need to do to achieve every month, every quarter, every year in terms of revenue and profit is also really necessary. Make sure that they know the direct connection to the profitability of the agency. This is where the value of time tracking comes in. Creating a company scorecard, measurements, where everyone has a number is really, really vital. And if you want to look more into this, this is the EOS, the Entrepreneurial Operating System. The book is Traction by Gino Wickman. I mention him regularly. And there is a tool in there how to create a scorecard, with the goal being everyone in the agency has roles and responsibilities and a number that is directly linked to the profitability of the business. As the agency owner, you need to be friendly, but you cannot be their friend. You are the leader, so you need to act as such. You want them to talk to you about important things, not for gossiping. You need to set boundaries. You need to be approachable so that they feel comfortable sharing their problems with you. As a professional services business, your goal is to provide high value work that generates results for your clients in a profitable way. And that is as simple as it is. Your presence in the business, and I have taken these key points from a very good colleague of mine. I've met Anese as well, and she is an amazing woman, and she talks about contagious culture. She's also got a new book coming out called Contagious Leadership. So if we look at where you've got to actually focus on your presence in the business. Now, in the last few years, a lot of agency owners I've met and I've seen have been focusing on their health, their strength, their vitality, their weight, their exercise. They've realized that slogging away and ignoring their health and fitness has not been very good for them. So let's start with your presence in the business. And here's a couple of small points that you can do today that can help you with your presence. Embody a magic word. Determine how you want to appear to your team when you show up. And you can do this by picking a word to embody. The word you choose should help you focus on your physical presence. Be creative when choosing a word, then embody that state all day. It could be calm, it could be cool, it could be collected, it could be strong. Well, what is that word? What is the word that your agency team needs for you to show up as and embody that all day long? The next one you want to look at is to drink up. As an agency owner, you sometimes get too busy that you even forget to drink water. Make sure you are always properly hydrated. Remember, water is essential to your presence and your impact and how you feel about yourself. The third one, which we are notorious for, and I speak as we when I was an agency owner, about giving yourself a break. Celebrate you. Do things that make you happy. Prepare a nice meal, call a friend, maybe even read a chapter in your favorite book and draw a picture of it. This mental pit stop does wonders for realigning your presence and restoring your energy. And again, through Traction, Gino Wickman, and the EOS methodology, there is a whole section on there on taking a clarity break. Like in the afternoon after lunch, you should go and take a walk, take a break, disconnect from the business for 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, who knows, you might even get up to an hour, where you can actually just recharge and reconnect. Or maybe you make a plan to do that in the evening. You're not going to work in the evenings and you're going to disconnect. Pause and reflect. Gratitude makes the world go round. It is also a quick presence state shifter and a great way to boost your leadership skills. Take a 5-minute walk and reflect on the things that make you feel grateful, and is a really good practice to do. Boost your energy. Your energy reflects your presence. Be aware of our own energy by tracking your physical and emotional energy throughout the day. You could put a dot in a row for good energy and a dot in the minus row for low energy. There is no limit to the number of dots you mark on your energy tracker if you really wanted to get into that. Or you can map it on your, maybe through your Fitbit, you can see your heart rate rising. Whatever is going to do it for you. But remember, you have a bad time at home or you're in a bad mood, you've got to shift that. You've got to get rid of that. When you walk into your agency, you can't be bringing your bad energy with you. The next one I hear numerous times when I work with agency owners is the generation gap. And these are some of the things I hear agency owners say to me. They don't seem to be as hungry as I was at their age. They don't seem to have as much patience as I do. They want things instantly. Why don't they come and talk to me instead of messaging or email or texting me? Now, some of these concerns can be figured out when you appreciate the relationship between entrepreneurs and employees. How oftentimes the differences are due to younger people having a very, very different upbringing from those of us who are 40 plus. And we need to appreciate that. They have things differently, but that brings with them a whole skill set of being eager to try new things. And yep, they are impatient. They want to get things done quickly. So let's harness that. Let's work together. The next part of understanding people in your agency, and if you've gone through the first video, we have discussed this about doing the exercise of writing down your core values. These are fundamental beliefs that you have as people that can apply to the principles of how you run your agency. It's part of the agency positioning exercise. If you haven't done that, it's also part of how to create a culture code in your agency. And there's many different ways to do it, but having a page on your website about your core values is vital. You are then able to use that in your recruitment. You're able to put it up in posters all around your office, and you're able to use your core values as ways to determine team building events that you will do in the future. The people component is extremely important, and I have recommended this book so many times. It's crazy. Everyone thinks I work for them, but I don't. So hiring and retaining the people who align with your agency's core values start with recognizing if they're a good fit to work in your agency, and it's a really important component to having a successful business. So if you go through this exercise through the People Analyzer, it's actually up free on, if you go to eosworldwide.com, there's a tool there. Once you have your core values, you can then simply start to think about the people that are in your business. Are they aligned? Are they showing those and demonstrating those values on a regular basis? This is a great tool to do, and you can talk about getting the right people in the right seats, about the right skill set that you have in your business. It's an ongoing thing. But if you haven't got the book already, go out and get the book. And or even there's some great YouTube videos if you want to have a quick flick through that. And that completes video 2 about understanding the people in your agency, part of the first pillar of people in your agency.